It is very nice to greet you again. In today's video we will talk about the following. What the color of your dog's vomit could mean. Knowing what the color of your dog's vomit means can be the difference between taking your time cleaning up and getting your pet to the vet before something terrible happens. So, let's talk about it, no matter how unpleasant it may be. Before we dive in, it's worth mentioning something. Vomiting, while natural, is a sign that something isn't right. Sometimes it's something as minor as a mild upset stomach and resolves immediately. Other times, it can be due to an infection, a parasite like worms, food poisoning from eating something toxic, or an injury. Vomiting more than once a day and for more than a couple of days in a row is almost always something you should discuss with your vet. Sometimes it's an obvious emergency, of course, but if you have any concerns, prevention is better than cure. 1. White vomit. If your dog's vomit is white, it may have a soft or foamy consistency. This could be regurgitation, but it could also be a sign that your pet ate something slightly toxic and is purging it. It could also be a symptom of digestive upset, acid reflux, or an intestinal obstruction, although the latter is less common. White foamy vomit could also be due to bloating or other gastrointestinal problems. If your pet repeatedly tries to vomit and only manages to expel white foam, call your vet as soon as possible, as they could have an intestinal obstruction. If, on the other hand, it resolves on its own after several attempts, there's usually no need to go to the emergency room. 2. Green vomit. Green vomit is almost always due to your pet eating too much grass. It could also be because they ate something containing green food coloring, which they probably shouldn't have, and that's why they're vomiting. Green is also the color of bile, which can indicate some minor illnesses or food allergies. Normally, you should be able to identify if there's grass in the vomit, and if there isn't, it could be a cause for greater concern. That said, almost all causes of green vomit, except for food poisoning, which also has other symptoms, are mild, so it's not something you need to worry about too much. 3. Yellow vomit. Yellow is one of the most common and least dangerous colors for vomit. It's tinged with bile, but not abundantly. Yellow vomit is usually simply a case of an empty stomach that doesn't like something that touched it or a case of acid reflux. It's unpleasant, but not dangerous. The exception is if it occurs frequently. This can be a sign of a stomach illness, a persistent food allergy, or some type of intestinal inflammation that's causing an imbalance in the body. 4. Brown vomit. Brown is one of the most difficult colors to diagnose, as it can be practically harmless or quite dangerous. Why? Basically, brown vomit can be caused by 3 factors. First, it could be partially digested food. This is more common if your pet has an upset stomach after eating and vomits up the partially digested food. Second, it could be feces. You've probably had to prevent your pet from eating both its own droppings and the piles it finds from other creatures on walks. The third is the most dangerous of the 3, blood. Typically, blood in vomit is more obvious. However, blood found in the digestive tract is partially digested, which oxidizes it. If there's even a little blood in the vomit, it may look brown. 5. Red vomit. Red or pink vomit could be one of 2 things. It could be red food coloring or dye from something the dog is eating. It's distressing, but not actually dangerous. The most common cause is blood. The good news is that if the blood is red, it's fresh blood. This means it could be from something like a cut in the mouth, a scratch on the throat, or a gastrointestinal problem. However, any blood in the vomit, especially if there's no obvious wound in the mouth, is dangerous. It's definitely time to go to the emergency vet. 6. Black vomit. Black vomit is one of the worst types of vomit. It often looks like coffee grounds. It's blood, I repeat, but it's digested blood, so it's deeper in the dog's system and likely more dangerous. Definitely take your pet to the emergency room as soon as possible. No one likes to see their pet in distress, and definitely no one likes to clean up piles of vomit on the carpet, furniture, cage, or any other floor. It's essential to know what you're dealing with to make sure there isn't a worse problem. I hope your furry friend is okay and you have nothing to worry about. It is a pleasure to inform you and help you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you should do it now. Take care of yourself and your furry friend. A hug, and until the next video.